Okay, right. So I'll take a few deep breaths. Try not to be too excited about everything. And I'd like to introduce our first speaker today. Um, Dr. Nugent, for anybody new on the call, Dr. Nugent is a distinguished figure in the field of nutritional science and is renowned for his expertise and dedication to advancing health and wellness. As our Chief Health and Nutrition Officer, Dr. Nugent is a true maestro of molecules and has orchestrated a symphony of science-backed products that continue to hit all the right notes for our health. His profound understanding of glycan technology and so much more has ensured that Mannatech's products are not just effective, but also a delightful dance of innovation and well-being. With a giant heart, a great sense of humour, and a convoy of trucks load of science and dedication behind him, Dr. Nugent leads the charge in making the world a healthier and happier place, one glycan at a time. So, Dr. Nugent, it's a pleasure to call you a friend after all this time. Over to you, dear friend.
Thank you, my friend. What an introduction. You spent some time on that. People, I don't know how many people know that you're a rock star in your own right. And I see your guitars up there, and it always reminds me of that. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Well, Happy New Year to everyone. And I hope that this year is going to be your best year ever, not just for your health, but also for your wealth. So let's start the year with a new product that I think is really great. It's something I wish I would have had 30 years ago. But we have it today. So we're going to start with it today. And I'm going to share some slides with you. There we go. So we're going to be talking about Mannatech's new essential collagen chews. Now, this is a product which is unlike other collagen products. And we've had a lot of demand for collagen products over the last few years because when someone passes the age of, let's say 40, they begin to notice changes in their skin. And they hear that, well, collagen is something that's pretty good for your skin. Am I getting enough of it in my daily diet? Do I need to do more? Could I perhaps have a more youthful appearance to my skin if I do the right things? So we've had this back and forth with, demands for this kind of collagen, that kind of collagen. I'll tell you what, folks, we have hit the jackpot here. We've absolutely hit the jackpot. This is an optimized bioactive peptide formulation, very specific peptides, very specific targeting action with really specific results that come really fast. Now, the peptides are only part of this product, but obviously they're an essential part of this product. So keep in mind, these are not just generic ordinary peptides. And there's plenty of collagen peptide products out there, more than I can count probably, and they all claim to be the best. So you know how I like to do things. I like to look at science. So if someone says to me, we're the best, then I will, with an open mind, say, I'm good with considering that. Show me the scientific evidence so I can believe it. Well, of course, usually they can't show me any evidence, and the argument is dropped at that point. So I like to do my presentations with evidence-based data, and that's what we're going to do this evening. So an overview of this product, the Collagen Chews, is that we're looking at providing nutrition for 4 different areas that some people might think of as cosmetic, I suppose, but I think of it really as part of health. And by the way, the better you look, the better you feel psychologically, and the better you feel psychologically, the better your overall health and immune health is. That's important. Psychological studies verify that for us. So it is important to look as great as you can look. It's not about vanity, it's about health. That's the way I want you to think about it. So skin structure, skin moisture, hair thickness. Yes, we're going to talk about the health of hair and nails as well. So there's 4 sections really to look at with this product, and it hinges on the scientifically validated collagen peptides, which are trade named as Verisol B. And I'll give you a fair amount of detail on that because that's what most of this presentation is about. In addition to that, 90 milligrams of vitamin C has been added. Why? Well, if you're going to synthesize collagen, you have to have vitamin C. If you're going to have healthy connective tissue of any type anywhere in the body, you have to have vitamin C. So that's why the vitamin C is added. Biotin is there for the health of your hair and nails. And of course, we are the Glycan company. So naturally, we're going to put glycans in this. Why? We are learning more every day, my friends. In fact, I'm just astounded with the information that I personally am finding every day in my research about so many benefits and functions of glycans. So it's really important that we have a glycan formulation within this product as well. So this is from our marketing department. This is very pretty. Obviously, you can tell I didn't do it because I don't do art. But anyway, this really shows you in one simple chart structure and, of course, biosynthesis of your peptides. That's what the vitamin C is there for. Now, the glycan mix that's in from the acacia gum, the glycan mix, is to help with function, signaling, balance, all of that you know. And I would love to do a full glycan lecture right now, but we can't do that. We have to keep this, I have to stay on track. Okay. And of course, the biotin we've discussed already. So then, for our skin and also for our nails, collagen, these various collagen peptides, I want you to understand that in scientific study, this product showed improvement in only 4 weeks. Now, I want to be clear on this. I don't want anybody out there to think, oh, you're going to take these tablets for 4 weeks and suddenly you become a movie star. No, that's not the way it works. This is a progressive process. So you keep feeding your skin and your skin keeps getting healthier. And it is incremental. It's a bit at a time. But the idea here is, and I'll talk more about the studies in a moment, the idea is being able to measure, to quantify. Folks, that's the foundation of science. To be able to quantify results where you can say, this is where we started, 4 weeks later, this is where we're at, and we can quantify these changes. So that's really, really important. And of course, the vitamin C, as well as the glycans, help to support overall wellness and vitality. So scientifically studied, I'm going to show you some studies in a moment. You're going to notice that this is peachy. Now, I don't know if that expression is sort of universal around the world, where people say that's just peachy. Okay, so Mark is showing me yes, at least in the UK. Well, it is peachy. In fact, this has a delicious peach flavor. Okay, I have a bias. Peaches are my favorite fruit. Okay, they are. But this has a delicious peach flavor. It is like a burst of peach when you chew into these tablets. It's quite amazing. Now, some are going to say, okay, well, how does this compare to our previous Luminovation Glow Collagen Glaze? Well, first of all, it has a lower price point. That's good. The previous collagen was marine, so from fish, which does impact the flavor. When you're using collagen from fish, you have to do other things to help mask the flavor. And these peptides are from bovine source. And of course, as I mentioned, in study, being able to document, to quantify changes in as little as 4 weeks. Who can't take a product for at least 4 weeks? I'll tell you what, folks, you're going to be able to, I really hope that everyone has somebody take a picture of their face, and then you do it for your friend as well, okay? Have that baseline picture, make sure it's a good one, okay? A really good close-up picture, and then keep doing that every 4 weeks, because there were results at 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. This is some good stuff, really good stuff. Okay, here's my favorite part, talk about science. All right. Well, one of the first questions that comes up from people is, well, I've heard or I read on the internet, blah, 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 that you have to have marine collagen, that marine collagen is superior to the two other forms. Well, actually, science says no. And in 26 different scientific studies, the answer to that was no. In fact, the peptides from bovine source, from fish, or from pork, all three gave exactly the same results. There was no change in a 4 to 12 week observation in this study. So does it matter what the source is? No. And I had this conversation with a presentation that I was doing in Asia very recently, and I let folks know that it's no longer is science so limited that we have to say, well, I have to have this plant or this plant at that location or something like that. Science has gotten so good, we have advanced so much that now it's about identifying the molecule that we want, extracting the molecule that we want, and stabilizing that molecule into a formula that's effective and efficient. It no longer really matters as it used to with a lot of products. So doesn't matter what the source is. 26 different scientific studies have shown us that. So not to worry. So the next thing is, well, what about the dose on this? I see that our collagen chews are only 2.5 grams. Well, those other products, they're 10 grams, they're 20 grams. And they say you may have to take 20 grams for 12 months before you get results. Well, this is not generic collagen. There's nothing generic about this at all. This is well studied. This is very specifically formulated. So what we've done in science here, to identify the molecule you want, extract the molecule that you want, combine those molecules into a structure that's going to be effective and efficient. That's the science today. And I love this because, I've been taking 10 to 20 grams of collagen every day for some time now. Gets to be a pain after a while. So in this 2.5 grams in these delicious, peachy little chews, you're going to find this really easy to do. In fact, some of you are going to like these so much, you may want to do more than 2 a day. Now, of course, I am instructed by corporate legal that I can never recommend anything except what's on the label. So I'm not recommending something that's not on the label. I'm just saying some people just might be tempted to do more because they like it so much. And look at this, a reduction in wrinkles and improvements in skin elasticity and hydration in only 8 to 12 weeks on this particular study versus 10 grams of your standard collagen peptide powder. This makes a big difference. Science is so cool. It's just so cool. All right, here's another review out there. And in this review, this was an examination of studies done between the year 2023 and 2025. What they were trying to find out in these studies is, does it matter not only what kind of peptides, but can peptides even as low as 2.5 grams improve skin hydration, reduced wrinkles, etc.? We have 2 studies to look at there, you see referenced. Now, in a double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized trial, always abbreviated RCT, that's what that means. So that's about as good as it gets in terms of challenging the product, challenging the science. Again, 8 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months, folks. significant reduction in wrinkle volume, especially around the eyes. Very important. And look at these numbers. This study really was exciting. Look at the numbers here. Increased pro-collagen of more than 65% and increased elastin. Elastin helps your skin with elasticity, okay, of more than 18% versus a placebo. This tells us that your dermal matrix, your skin matrix, because there are layers of skin, okay, that your skin matrix is really benefiting from this. And this is part of the reason, by the way, why we have type 1 and type 3 collagen in here. And type 1 is what you use if you want to strengthen or reinforce a structure or even create a structure. And the type 3 is for elasticity and flexibility of the skin. So that's very important stuff. Now, here's another study. And here we looked at 69 women between the ages of 35 and 55. Again, this is randomized. And so some of them received 2.5 grams, some of them received 5 grams. And these are the specific peptides we're talking about. And then, of course, one group received a placebo, 8-week study. And they began to see results at 4 weeks, saw very significant results at 8 weeks. Now, this is significant. In science, when you say significant, you mean it is statistically significant. In other words, you can show statistically, you can quantify the improvement. So it isn't just, I think it looks better, or I'm using a better camera, or I'm using better lighting, or I have makeup on today and I didn't before, or whatever. This is actually quantifying the results. That's science, folks. That's really, really important. So we're looking at improvements in elasticity and moisture, and the roughness tended to become smoother on the skin. So in more than 8 weeks, you can improve your skin elasticity and hydration and reduce wrinkle volume by a statistically significant level with just 2.5 grams of these specific peptides each day. So just 2 chews. Take 2 of these every day, and you're going to like them. They're kind of fun. Ever since the products come out, of course, I've been using it. And I wish, in fact, I was saying to some of my friends, I wish I would have had this technology 30 years ago, because I'd probably look 30 years old today if I did. But we didn't have it 30 years ago. We have it now. So let's go with what we have right now. Get started on that. So this is not a quick fix, folks. And I did mention that previously. This is an ongoing process. You're going to find that there are improvements, just as the study showed us that there were improvements at 4 weeks, at 8 weeks, at 12 weeks. And you're going to keep seeing this as you go on. But this is not magic. This doesn't mean you can abuse your skin. You still have to take care of your body, your overall health, and of course your skin. You have to make sure you have enough protein every day. And I'm so glad that science has been reinforcing this for the media, and the media has been reinforcing this for the public as a result of the scientific reinforcement. Protein, folks. There are so many reasons to make sure you have enough protein every day. So many reasons, especially if you're over 40. But and the farther you are past 40, well, the more you better make sure you're getting enough protein every day. And the vitamin C, by the way, a great companion product for this product is Catalyst. Catalyst is our highest vitamin C product. If you want to supplement vitamin C, that's our vitamin C supplement. 220% of the daily requirement for adults in Catalyst. And vitamin C is crucial. It's absolutely crucial to having healthy skin, not just a healthy immune system, but healthy skin. and healthy tissue, healthy connective tissue, healthy joints. You need to have enough vitamin C every day. And I did a presentation years ago. We talked about how much is too much. There actually is a point of diminishing returns for vitamin C. Your body can only process a certain amount each day. You can process this amount easily. You can also process the amount that's in Catalyst very easily. But I don't want people to start taking 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. They're simply going to have expensive waste products produced every day. Okay, so you don't need that. So vitamin C, crucially important. Proteins, vitally important. Make sure that your skin is well hydrated. That's really, really important to do that. And as you're doing this, you're going to see those improvements little bit at a time, but you're going to keep seeing them. So it has a delicious peach flavor. It is just peachy. It really is peachy. And I want to hear from you folks about the flavor of it once you've started using this product, because it's like an amazing burst of peach when you first do it. You're probably going to like this product so much, and probably because you now know the science behind the product, you're probably going to want to make sure that you take this every single day. I just buy a container of it, put it on your desk, or put it on your nightstand, or put it on your kitchen counter right next to your other supplements that you take every day. Make sure you don't miss a day. Don't miss a single day. Take these tablets, 2 a day, have this peachy experience every day, and you're going to be seeing results. And that's great. So we're all going to be looking younger. Pretty soon people will be saying, oh, those Mannatech associates, man, they are so young and youthful and sexy looking. So keep that in mind. And also the benefit for your hair. Don't forget the biotin to benefit your hair, the thickness and health of your hair. Very, very important on that. So with that in mind, I'm going to turn this back over to my very dear friend, Mark Sullivan. Mark?
Thank you.